What's up, guys? Welcome to Beverage Hunters. Today we are in Bend, Oregon, which actually started back in the early 1900s as a timber town, and in 1905 it became a city. And in the early 1980s the timber industry crashed, and in 1988 Deschutes Brewery paved the way for craft breweries here in Bend, Oregon, which is now known as Beer Town, USA, with more than 22 breweries right here, with the most breweries per capita than any other city in Oregon. Today we're visiting one of those breweries. It is Avid Cider Company. So we're gonna go inside and learn all about this brewery, or actually cidery, right here in Bend. So let's go. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like.
Craft Cider Brewery.
Craft Cider Brewery. We got Tim here. All right, let's go inside. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beverage Hunters. I'm Justin.
I'm Tim.
I'm Lou.
And I'm Jake.
And Lou and Jake are from Avid Cider Company. We are here in Bend, actually checking out their cidery here. Super excited to learn all about ciders today. So
Yeah.
thanks guys for coming on the show with us. Super excited to start this off. So tell everybody who you guys are.
So I'm Lou. I am the taproom GM here. Also the Eastern Territory sales representative, marketing and events person.
Yeah, I think you have about 4 other titles too.
I like to say I'm in charge of all the things and shit.
Wow.
I like that title.
I'm Jake. I'm good at cleaning things, and if you give me explicit instruction, I'm also good at completing those sort of tasks. So that's how I got this gig, and it's been great. So yeah.
Right on. Awesome. All right, well, tell us all about Avid. Give us some history on it.
Well, Avid started as Atlas Cider.
Yep.
That's right.
It was started by 2 teachers, which is great because I was also a teacher, and for a while there, about half the employees were teachers at some point, or currently. And then we, a few years after that, transitioned into being Avid around the same time that we made the partnership with the Trailblazers. And we is a strong term because I didn't have anything to do with it.
Hey, you're part of the company.
Yeah, I can take some credit. You know, the tap rooms started 2 years after the company, I want to say.
Yep.
And then so this is, and we've been here the whole time. There's some fun little bits and pieces. So like there's a chunk missing out of the bar you'll see. That's from when we did a skateboarding video, and they like
break their teeth on there?
No, there's the tracks from the skateboard.
Yeah.
They brought in quarter ramps and everything, and that's that big piece up there is from also.
Oh, nice.
If you guys don't know much about cideries are actually considered wineries. So our big thing is we call ourselves a winery with a mohawk. So,
I like it.
so we don't do your typical just cidery.
Punk rock wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Very much
If we go out and we have not gotten in a little bit of trouble when we bring our team out, we've done something wrong.
Probably.
Okay.
If we haven't sunk a jet ski or been kicked out of a restaurant, we've done something wrong.
I think our jet ski totals up to 3.
I think
So-
3 jet skis.
So we know mandatory tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
The other big thing with Avid is Dan and Sam, who are our owners, they basically started it in a very untraditional way. They just went full in. They wanted to find a cider that was more of a traditional English dry style cider.
Okay.
Because right about the time that before ciders really started getting popular, it was really only Angry Orchard, Woodchuck, and things like that.
Yeah.
So they wanted to really break into that craft industry, and they did it at the perfect time.
Yeah.
it seemed like there was, if you were lucky and you're into cider, you could find Strongbow, which is from England.
Yep.
Yeah.
And about the time that they seemed to only sell the golden apple, which is really sweet, it was about the time Dan did this, and it slid right into their spot very well.
Yeah, we're the second largest cidery in Oregon, and I want to specify craft cidery because there is a difference between macro and craft.
Okay.
So, macro cidery would be somebody like Strongbow, but craft cidery would be somebody like ourselves and like Two Towns.
Okay.
So Two Towns is number one, we're number two, and that's crazy because we only have, at full staff capacity, we have less than 30 staff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Less
And that
than 30.
includes our production, our entire sales marketing
really?
team, our
So that-
owners, and our bar staff.
So how many ciders do you guys actually have as a whole?
On tap at the moment?
Yes.
Or
Well,
period?
probably on tap at the moment, maybe yearly.
Yeah, well, there is
Nine on tap.
9 ciders on tap, and we've got another couple flavors that rotate for seasonals.
Yep, and then we have 4 seltzers. So if you guys don't know, we have our sister company is called Seven Peaks Hard Seltzer. It's very different than other hard seltzers out there. It's different than your White Claws and your Trulies.
It doesn't have that seltzer water taste.
Well,
like a lot.
it's apple wine based.
So it's more of a light cider.
That's what I'm always looking for in a cider, because even when they started becoming popular, I've never been a cider person. It's always like, I do like liquid with my bubbles instead of all bubbles.
If you're someone that like you ever drank water, like fizzy water, and was like, no, I don't want that. Ours is a seltzer that does not have the fall. Like ours will not give you that.
Because I'm not a cider fizzy water fan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not a lot of the
It's
you know.
much more of a
Seltzer
light.
bubbliness
Yeah.
just takes over everything.
And then our flavors too, one thing both with Avid and Seven Peaks is we really pride ourselves on using all natural flavors. So we don't add any other kind of like food coloring, any artificial flavoring, anything.
Nice.
So I like to point out like our dragon fruit cider. It's a beautiful, purpley color because people look at dragon fruit and they think that that's how the outside of the fruit looks. It's darker, it's beautiful. But dragon fruit itself is white.
Yeah.
So
Little
we,
specks in it.
When
we
you guys
act-
seen that video, we did do a review on that, and it was really good.
We actually dye our cider with like beet juice and raspberry juice.
that's
And so
awesome.
those are some of the sugars that we use to help like up the alcohol content as well.
Okay.
So like that's what gets us into like natural grocers and
That's a
marketing
good way
choices.
to go
things like
about
that.
it, right?
Yeah, Whole
Cool.
Foods.
That way you're not putting in that extra little bits of crap. You're using
Right.
the natural to do it.
Yeah.
Our flagship flavor, the driest flavor I'd say that we have, the apple, it's organic, and that's one of the things that's also kind of made it stand out.
Right. All of our apples come from Hood River.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that was my next question. Was like, where exactly are the apples from?
Yeah.
Are they here locally, or are they like spread out through Oregon?
They're Hood River. Well, I will say that like with Two Towns, if we get mistaken for Two Towns, we're not mad about it.
Yeah.
Like, because Two Towns makes some awesome product, and we're all friends with each other.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
like
cool.
we
It's not
actually
like,
collaborate with each other quite a bit on stuff.
When I
And
drive through Corvallis,
Yeah.
I stop by their place outside on Highway 34.
their rep comes in here all the time. He used to sleep on my couch. In Two Towns, their ciders, like they have fun names. They're like Maid Marian and things like that.
Right.
Our ciders are literally named what they are.
Well-
Blackberry, currant, apple. What's in your cider? Blackberry, currant,
and
apple.
And I gotta say, my favorite thing about your guys' company is the awesome logos that you
yeah.
guys
Oh.
Yes,
Our
those
artist
cans
does
logo.
great
I-
job.
Our artist is amazing. Jana does
they are
great.
Yeah, that's her name.
even if I don't buy it, every time I walk past them in a store, I'm just like, my God, that is really cool.
Well, the new pineapple mango, that mermaid.
I've been hearing about that.
Nobody
I
can
didn't
walk
try
by
that
her.
one.
Do that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they make great tattoos. Just gonna say.
I'm a huge.
Yeah, it's funny
Oh,
you
wait,
mentioned
wait,
that.
what?
Yeah, it's gotten on.
What?
Oh, yeah, we can go on down to Arizona. I'm sure it's not too busy right now.
Jake lost the bet with me, so he has to get a tattoo.
Oh,
I lost 1 week of fantasy football, so I probably should.
You're gonna get the dragon for this?
Is it on your entire back?
I like how you immediately went to the tramp stamp area.
No, I'm talking
thinking-
like top to bottom.
Oh, yeah,
just the whole dragon.
getting
on
the
the-
Yeah, red dragon. You know, so, yeah, kind of like Ray Fiennes maybe.
Always supporting local, always supporting Oregon craft, and we like to bring on the beers that mix really well with our ciders.
Okay.
So, like for example,
So nice pairing. and
like
stuff.
fresh squeeze from Deschutes. with our apricot. We call it a bum squeeze.
So you can like mix them together?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The apricot seems to go really well with the IPAs. It seems to balance out that IBUs that I'm not really a giant fan of,
Well,
but makes the IPAs crushable.
Blackberry with peanut butter porter from Wild Ride. We call it a
did hear about
PB&J.
that one. I heard that. I heard about that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard that so many
Yeah.
times.
If you put apple in it too, it tastes like, you know, when you're a kid, you put swirl apple in your peanut butter.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Oh,
those are all
that's
good.
fantastic.
We're learning all the new things.
Oh, yeah, speaking of new things to try, and not at the moment, but I have to give Lou proper credit for coming up with a great idea, which was the slushy machine.
Oh, the slushies.
Oh,
And, you know, it's not really a slushy day at the moment, but
No.
the slushy machine with champagne and everything like that has been going very
Cider
well.
slushies.
That sounds really good.
Well, and because of COVID, that's how Jake and I started a part together, and that's how we met you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Was
So-
just by us doing a video because
Right, right.
we're trying to, you know, just keep people engaged with each other and not go stir crazy. And so we're like, oh, we're apart, but we're together.
Right.
Yeah,
So
6
guys,
feet apart.
go follow them on Instagram. I'll put it down below. But yeah, they do a live every week, so it's really cool to see that.
Yeah.
And like interact with them. So they definitely jump on it.
We have a lot of fun times doing that. We get to interact with a lot of people. We've sent people care packages. Our buddy Tim.
Oh yeah, Tim Crockett.
Tim Crockett.
Yeah.
We met you guys on there. We've met a couple other people that were just like, hey, this is like hilarious to watch. And we're like,
Right.
we were just really bored.
We want to go out and try all this new stuff. We
Right.
don't want just generic stuff all the time.
Right.
When there's new ciders coming out, there's new seltzers coming out, there's new this, new that. We want to try it all and let people know that.
Especially local stuff, which is like one of the goals of the channel is to like go out to the, like what we're doing now is
Yeah.
learn about the local stuff, how it's made, what motivates you guys, and all that kind of stuff. So it's really fun to do. So as far as distribution goes, are you guys only in the Pacific Northwest, or how far?
We're in the entire state of Oregon, the entire state of Washington, Idaho, entire state of Montana,
Wow.
uh,
400 people.
Nevada, Northern California, and Japan.
Japan.
Wow, that's a
Japan's
random
like-
one to throw in there.
Yeah. Wow.
We got the West Coast and Japan.
They have like a Pacific Northwest like a bar that gets put on Instagram and stuff every once in a while
Yeah.
over there. And yeah, we got like a boatload of kegs from them at some point.
Wow.
Clean-
Yeah.
They had took a special attachment or whatever. So I wasn't there to like be part of the interaction, but so far it seems to be going well.
Yeah.
Now.
That's
And
cool.
slowly looking at expanding more and more. Montana was our big one this year. Just really filling it out and being in the whole state.
Cool. So
We're
you guys are
working everywhere.
definitely looking to spread farther, maybe the
Yeah.
whole states at one point.
As far as expanding goes, you know, I think that as we keep growing, we're definitely gonna look at expanding our production. And then, you know, we have lots of people that want us to open up another tap room, and probably just see what works best for that, what state's really crushing it. I could see us doing really well in California. I could see us doing really well in Washington. This guy just said yes.
Sweet.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with Avid is we're here for a good time.
Yeah.
We want everyone to come down here, have fun, and
That's what
just
you want.
enjoy the cider and just get to know us.
Well, speaking of
speaking
enjoying
of
the
that,
cider.
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and
Time
move
to
the
drink?
camera over
Let's
here
try some
and
cider.
try all their cider on tap. All right, guys, so as you can see, we have all 13 or 14 of the ciders on tap. So here's the list, which you saw in the short video there. But yeah, we're gonna start the first one. It's called Avid Cider Dry Organic Apple Cider.
So that's this guy right here.
Yeah. So it's almost a palindrome.
Ooh, it's coming in at 5.5%, 165 calories, and it's their flagship apple cider.
Yeah, that one's won a ton of awards. Heavy as shoulders with all of its methods. Like it's that one.
So this is the one that really got Avid started.
This one right here.
You know, they wanted more of a traditional English style. So it's made with a lot of heirloom apples. We get a lot of our apples from like Kiwakawa orchards and things like that. So.
And this is one that we originally paired with Crux's Pilsner, Crux being up the street.
Oh, yeah.
And to make our snake bites. And it, of course, goes well with all beers, but as far as like the classic snake bite from us,
well, it's pretty good. It's nice, dry, sweet apple flavor going on. You guys, really good. All right, so we're back here with more of a handheld style, so we can get a little better close-ups of the stuff. All right, what's next, Tim?
Next, we have the Avid Dragon Fruit Cider.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that bad boy.
Now, we did a review on this one, so if you haven't seen it yet, go watch that. But you're going to also see it right here.
Smells amazing.
All right, Tim, you take the first sip. Even better on tap?
Just as, yeah. I was gonna say just as good as I remember it, but fresher. Because it's right off the
That
tap.
is so sweet.
So we do like to try to stick with as many Northwest fruits as possible, or but dragon fruit does not grow in Oregon.
Right,
So
that is-
there are certain things that we do import.
it was the hardest one to get to be up to our standards, but as far as the fruit to acquire, the cider, of course, works on its own for itself.
Right.
And like going back to what Lou said, this is one that we colored, but not by using red 40 or anything. This is colored with a little bit of beet juice, but mostly raspberry.
Raspberry, yeah.
And that's how it gets that nice, rich, like red color, even though dragon fruit itself.
because it's got a beautiful red, just dark red
look at
color.
So the next one, number 3.
We got the Avid Cider Hard Apricot.
Oh, this sounds
So
amazing.
this was one of our original 3 ciders.
Ooh, that's a nice mellow smell to it.
It's incredibly dry.
Yep.
I would actually venture to say that the apricot is the driest cider that we make. It finishes very, very dry, almost like a champagne, like a brut.
And that's one of the reasons why it mixes so well with the beers. So that's the one that mixes with the IPAs and everything.
It does have that dry that bite at the end, and I can see this going real good with the IPAs.
Right.
try
Especially
that bad
any
boy.
IPA that has like any kind of fruit base to it, like Silver Moon's mango or Deschutes Fresh Squeeze.
Riverbend's got
Riverbend's
the Tropic
got
Zombie or
yeah.
something like that?
No, that's BBC Tropic.
Oh, okay,
Smash.
okay. Well, there was
Tropic.
there was a zombie one from someone.
Seems like everybody's getting, like a lot of the stuff we've been doing lately, when you really look into the ingredients, looks like a lot are going towards that fruitier.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of
don't
that's
fruit the beer, but I'm saying beer the fruit.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, really
But a
that way,
lot
yeah.
of it is coming from like the Citra or Mosaic hops.
Right.
Like that's where you're getting a lot of that
Yeah.
fruit forward flavor. It's actually not that they're adding those mangoes to it. It's that they're getting it from the hops, because as those are developing throughout the year, like those are amazing.
Yeah, a lot of the breweries have little hop gardens kind of strung up like an ivy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this is coming in at 6.2% for the apricot, the apricot cider.
And this one you actually won't find anywhere right now except for the tasting room.
It is
Oh,
a
okay.
tap room exclusive.
Tap
at
room
this point.
exclusive.
Yeah, because you got, what is this, pressed golden apricot,
There-
orange apricots?
There is a sneak peek coming that later,
Yeah.
perhaps towards the end of the summer, you might see a peach apricot.
That sounds
Just
amazing.
saying.
So you can only get this here right now, but possibly in the future you can get it here at the tap house. So very delicious, good apricot flavor, a little sweet, dry aftertaste. I dig it. It's pretty good. I've never had an apricot cider, so it's pretty good. All right, what's next?
The next one, we got the blackberry cider currant apple.
Ooh, the currant.
Yeah, and they use Northwest blackberries and black currant combined with Hood River grown apples.
Take a sniff, folks. There you go.
Well, the current affairs, yeah.
This is
Oh, that
the
smells so good.
#1 selling cider that we make.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
you
house
know,
sells
if it-
every cider that we make.
When people come in from out of town, that's usually if they haven't heard of any others before, this is usually the one they've asked for. Like, I want the blackberry. I had that somewhere. I want the blackberry.
And that's what got me on it, was trying it at that brew fest that I worked at the one time. Kept going back to that blackberry.
Yep.
And ever since, like, I'll pick it up in stores just because I know it's like, oh, there's the blackberry. And if I'm in a store and I see somebody looking for something, I've actually sold.
Give them the tap on. Yeah.
I've been like, all right, we're looking for some sort of blackberry. And just like, no, that's the one you want right there. You don't want
Right
any
here.
other cider, any other.
Guys, this smells so good.
I've done that for so many people. Just
Here we
like,
go.
I actually call it the gateway cider.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's the gateway cider.
Because
This is so
I
good.
never tried blackberry in a lot of stuff until I moved up here, and there's so many blackberries everywhere that it just made sense to find it in a drink.
And blackberry as a plant is almost hard to get rid of. Like a goat to eat it. I was like, feel like
That is a
this,
fact.
trying to cut the pumpkin stems, like it gets real thin.
Oh, knock it back.
Just throw it back.
Get in
Tim.
it.
Yeah.
I told you that's
Right.
my favorite one.
That is definitely good. And that is coming in at 6.2% as well. Delicious, very sweet, perfect blackberry flavor. So, and you can pick this one up, especially in stores around here. So go try it.
Definitely pick the blackberry up
Yes.
because it is great.
All right, next up, watermelon
Next we got
rhubarb.
watermelon rhubarb.
Oh, so this is one you guys actually do can as well, right?
Yeah, and
Yes.
this is one of the ones that has a really nice art on the can. It's kind of got this watermelon phoenix sort
Yeah.
of vibe to it. It's another one that looks really cool.
Yeah, I see
It'll
that in
catch
all
your
the stores.
That's
Yeah,
one that
19 toucans.
one I keep seeing that we keep telling that we got to try it. We got to get it on the video.
And this is one that's fruit forward.
It is incredibly fruit forward. Interesting on the nose, and it's mainly because of
It is,
the
I was about
rhubarb.
to say. Yeah, you can smell
Because
the
of the
rhubarb.
rhubarb. But when you taste
Take a
it,
sniff.
it's completely different.
All right, so here we go.
It's the one that I tell people, I'm like, don't get too concerned just right off the bat.
Right.
Well,
Taste it.
Here we go with the watermelon
I also
rhubarb.
don't like cucumber, and I liked that drink.
Cucumbers are good for one thing, turning into pickles.
Bro.
Or what if you're doing like the facial things? You put them on your eyes and the mask
Yeah.
and everything.
So 6% watermelon rhubarb. Tim, give that a try.
all right.
So the watermelons, of course, came out of Hermiston, Oregon.
That
where-
rhubarb's
Yeah,
right
home of the
there.
original cherries.
Yeah. Is that true?
Oh yeah, yeah, it has the same layout as all the others too. There's actually two basic layouts for your sherries, and then the one they built the tower on in Hillsboro. But yeah, if you need to eat at 3 a.m. and you're in Oregon, it's sherries. If you're in Washington or other places, it's usually called Perkins. It's the same idea. But yeah, like, the original sherries is in Hermiston, where we get our watermelons.
That is so
Watermelons from Hermiston. Rhubarb actually came from Michigan.
really.
So there was actually like a rhubarb shortage in Oregon a couple years ago. And we found a farm in Michigan that had it. So we're like,
Yeah.
cool.
I remember that was an
Michigan,
exciting
that's
day.
like Oregon, but like not. So we'll go for it.
Yeah, and if you meet anyone from Michigan, it's fun. You say, "Where in the hand are you?"
All you get is that punch and the smell of the rhubarb.
But as soon as you taste it.
It is very mellow, and the watermelon's just kind of perfectly right
Yeah.
there.
My hands down favorite thing that we do with this, our head
Oh, yeah.
production guy, Eric, he makes a jalapeno watermelon.
Oh, snap.
And so
We actually haven't kicked it.
yep, we have kegs of it.
What?
But he hand slices like
Oh, the
like
jalapenos. It
like
takes-
10 pounds of jalapeno and does like a
Wow.
concentrate, and then we like mix it by hand into the cake.
So it actually has a little bite to it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
really?
is so
Yeah,
good.
it's got quite a
Tim,
bit.
we gotta
It's
try
a-
that.
That
Jalapeno
sounds
watermelon.
really good.
Jalapeno watermelon.
Yeah, I mean, it's one that when it comes, it's like the people that try it and like it, they will come back until it's gone.
Yeah, anytime we post it on social media that we have it, we sell the keg in a day.
Wow.
Because people are like, oh, I'm down here for it.
All right, next up is the apple stardust.
Yes.
Stardust.
And the Stardust, it actually, pardon me, has become popular as well because it's a little bit sweeter than our organic apple. So it also pairs really well with the dragon fruit, and it's become a dusty dragon, which is one of the more popular mixes.
Right.
That is very good.
The Stardust also, we kind of call it our champagne type one because it's a little bubbly, it's a little sweeter. So during football season, we were actually doing promotions on Sundays with mimosas. So we were pouring the Stardust and then doing a little bit of orange juice on top as a little mimosa.
That's a dangerous combo.
Oh,
I feel like I need my pinky out to drink this one.
well, it's the classiest of our ciders.
We're getting classy.
Here we go. Boom.
And it's kind of funny because our Stardust is one of the only ciders that we have that isn't actually named after the fruit.
Try that.
It is star fruit in there, but we call it a Stardust. And then we're like, yeah, we should probably just stuck with star fruit.
Star fruit cider.
I think as long as the star is there, because I didn't even continue to read that it was star fruit, and then I got that. I was like, ooh, that's an interesting flavor.
Yeah, that is
When
a
you said
different
star
flavor.
fruit, oh my god,
Right.
that makes so much sense now.
Right.
Because it is very unique.
You guys went through one tray already. One tray.
This right over here.
All right.
Well, it looks like we
Last set.
realized.
We have to mix.
I was gonna say, it looks like after we
We'll
realized
set it back
after
over
the
here.
first two that was
Here,
too
I'll
good to
go.
just on. Boom. The cider acai lemonade.
Acai.
Acai.
All right.
It took me a while to figure out that name.
Okay.
We're always doing it. It's like, how are you supposed to say this? Acai, acai.
I know, it's
So
like
we
the
always say
weirdest
things
word.
different.
Yeah, and acai is what Raphael uses in the Ninja Turtles. So
Acai. Oh, okay. See, me and this guy get it.
All right, so there it is right here.
Hey, get that.
Face palm.
her pink. But the acai lemonade, or as we were calling it, the lemonade, because they rule the world, the lemonade.
So this one's really interesting because it really smells like I like to call it like a chocolate covered blueberry.
Yeah, it's got a lot of flavors.
But when we first originally came out with it, we had to like change the flavor a couple times because it's such a strong flavor. So we almost like tripled the lemon that we ended up putting in there.
It's honed, and so it's one that, with that little bit of chocolate flavor to it, to me it kind of gives me the same taste as like that color of Tootsie Pop, like the magenta Tootsie Pop.
That's what it is.
Smells good. All right, this is the acai lemonade. That's pretty good.
You getting Tootsie
It's a
Pop
different
flavor?
type of a flavor.
I feel like in every company, there's always a flavor that you either like it or you don't like
Right.
it. And for me, I think this is this one.
I can see that. Yeah.
That people either they like it or they're like, nope.
I'd say that it and one of our winter seasonals that we don't have at the moment, that's the Spice Vanilla Pear.
Same.
They're the ones that are the most different from the others. And so if you guys notice, also you pointed out that these look kind of like wines in their color, but one of the things that separates cider in that way is that you can go back and forth between your colors. It doesn't, you don't have to worry about like, oh, you need to start with your lights and move on to one direction. You can go back and forth.
Which is great for me because I'm colorblind.
Yeah. I mean, you can
you are
still see hue. Yeah.
She can only
But
see
contrast.
red.
Yeah, not hue.
Well, that's why the mixing started, because these look the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
What did you pour me? And I'm like,
So this is coming at 6%. It's definitely, like you said, more of an acquired taste one.
It's what it is. You'll know it is.
It's
See,
it's not bad though.
what
Like
you're
it's got a
saying
nice
with that-
bite,
that
sweetie.
Tootsie Roll
Yeah.
thing.
it's really good with desserts.
Yes.
I can
really
see
fun.
pairing this with something, definitely.
Say both of the flavors that we mentioned that are that way, they're both ones that when I brought them home in the 22 ounce bottles, and they're both ones that I started and was like, by the end of this bottle, I'm not gonna like it as much. But that bottle ended before I realized it, and all of a sudden I was like, that like, oh, it builds up, never happened.
All right, the next one is called
Okay, so
Marion
now we're
Berry.
on Marionberry Mojito.
Ooh, what's the 6.2? 6.2%. Look at that color.
That is a nice dark color.
So Mary Mary Mojito is a super fun cider. Eric had a lot of fun making it. It's literally a cocktail in a glass. If you wanted to, say, elevate your cider, just throw a little bit of rum or vodka in there, and it's like a ready-to-go cocktail.
All this talk of mixing these is making me very interested to do that, because it sounds, we haven't done that yet on this channel, or personally, and I definitely wanted to give that a try.
It was one of the best parts of coming into the tap, but yeah, sorry.
I'm getting like an evergreen wintergreen gum smell.
So mint.
Yeah, I'm definitely
more forward
getting
in its
that.
scent than its flavor.
Yep.
But what's interesting is when we make that into the slushy, that mint and the lime seem to come out more in the slushy, and so you get even more of that
It's almost like a
mojito.
daiquiri.
Yeah. You get more of that.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know why I like that
So the
extra wintergreen gum.
Mary and Mary
was the first thing that came to
Mojito
mind.
is a seasonal, so
it's
you're
seasonal.
actually going to start seeing it kind of slowly go away as we transition into our summer seasonal, which is our pineapple mango that we brought back by popular demand. We were demand is a strong word. It's always funny.
Were there riots?
It's always funny to me because like
That's what all the riots were.
I don't. Nobody ever sends an
They're
email
like-
to you saying like, I feel okay about this. It's like I hate this or I love this.
Yeah, opposite
So
of hate is
like,
indifference. Sort of.
yeah. So it's like, how dare you take away this flavor,
Oh.
or I love this flavor so much.
It needs to be permanent
Or
forever.
like needs to be permanent,
Right.
but like
We've
you
had
know,
a lot of those.
or like this is the worst thing that you guys have ever
Yeah.
created.
We
Like
do
there's
get
no
some
in between. There's nobody
very-
that's just like it was okay.
We get some really funny voice messages on our answering machine here. We had one that I remember a guy called in, didn't leave us his name or anything, or like any way to try to get a hold of him, or like tried it, but he just like the apricot, and then like several curse words, and then and it was just like, I don't, what do you even do with that? But yeah, we get some pretty good. I don't even think they're prank calls. I think they're made in honesty. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because you know, like the people that are most passionate about it, either positive or negative,
Yeah.
are the people you're gonna hear.
All right, here we go. The
There you go.
Mary and Berry
Not
Mojito.
on every drug imaginable in the '60s when they made it.
It's hard to get.
That's very. It's almost sour. It really gets you right in the back of the jaw.
The mojito
Yeah,
and
I-
the dragon fruit are almost tart.
Very bright.
I think I'm with
It's
you on
good.
this one. It's,
Yeah.
it's not my cup of tea. Like I'm still getting that mint.
Right,
And
exactly.
like for some reason, it is connecting it straight with gum to me.
It's definitely a sipper.
And I feel like I'm like, oh, they
there
extracted
are-
some gum in here.
There are other people that come in and they just can't get
Oh, yeah.
enough of it.
Yeah.
Buy
Yeah.
cases of it, and we're like, right on.
Good job, man.
It,
Yeah.
To me, it reminds me of like people, like for me, I can't do cilantro. It tastes like soap.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can do cilantro if it's
Yeah.
in like a salsa, but like if I just like eat cilantro on my taco, that's all I taste, right?
Right.
I'm
So
that
for
same
me,
way.
the mint is just so strong, but other people are like, this is amazing, and I'm
Right.
like, I think
Well,
Eric did a really good job because it is like a very complex cider to
Yeah,
make.
and it's another one similar to the jalapenos. It takes a lot of extra work outside of our usual chemistry. Like it takes extra to make.
All right.
Now we are on the pineapple mangoes. So
So this is a summer seasonal. So this is the one that is following up after Mary and Berry Mojito.
And this one's gonna take you right to the beach, right to the river. Like
Thank you.
you're in a lounge chair already.
this is gonna be my favorite one.
It might be.
I love pineapple.
Oh, and
I'm excited to try this one.
there's a
And
white
it's not too strong either. Smell
white
it.
wine out called Maui Splash. That is, it's like if you like wine, Maui Splash. If you like cider and beer and stuff, this is that same flavor without that wine taste. Yeah.
Ooh.
And I gotta show you
Yeah.
That is
Oh, here we go.
the can.
Ooh,
Yeah, the cans.
look at that.
I would buy that can just to keep it on
the
my
can.
shelf next
Yeah.
to all
I
my
think
other
it's the
cool
sexiest
beers.
can we've ever
That
made
is-
in our lives.
Yeah,
That is
I plead the
sweet.
fifth.
You're all gonna
yes.
sell the crap.
She's got
I'm
a
not gonna lie.
she's got a nice personality.
Oh, here's what's inside that can, folks. Right there. Look at that.
One of the things that I think we've always prided our ciders on is like our ciders look like they should taste.
Yes.
Like this looks like
I
pineapple
get that
juice.
actually. Yes.
This looks like pineapple juice.
See, now I want a sweater with the mermaid on the back and just Avid right there.
merch
Yeah,
ideas.
I had the old school T-shirt that had that one, and our old mermaid design, which I'll try to find here in a second, has a neat little Easter egg in it as well. In the other one, there's a wave behind her, and this is back when we were Atlas, named after the owner's son. And after the company had taken off, they had 2 daughters, and there was a pearl up right about here that has an A and a V in it for the daughters' names, Evelyn and Vale. Arden, sorry. Well, whatever. I've been saying that wrong for a while. Yeah, change the names to protect the innocent. And so this, so I'll find that at some point. So, granted, we ran away.
This in the slushy form with champagne and then a little bit of rum.
When it was 80 degrees last
Oh my lord.
That sounds
dangerous.
incredible.
Like,
Dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys want to, maybe on one of our episodes, we'll show people how to do like a blender and like make their own like little daiquiri with stuff.
We'll even do that with our channel. All right, here you go. Mango, pineapple mango. Oh my goodness, bro. That's coming in at 6%, and holy cow.
And it's got an amazing smell.
It does. With that flavor, dude.
So I will say with our 19.2 series, something really interesting came out of our 19.2 series. So dragon fruit was a seasonal. People lost it when it went away.
It was too
So we're
good.
like, okay, let's try something different. So it was our very first 19.2 ounce can. We started doing it year round.
Yeah.
Same thing happened the very next year with watermelon.
Yep.
We
Oh,
took
yeah.
it away and people were like, oh, we're like, okay, guess we're adding another 19.2.
Is
And
this
now
gonna
we
be the
just
newest
did,
one?
this is the newest one.
Wow, so
I
you guys
mean,
should find that soon.
when you get those cans, especially you get the 3 of them lined up together, it's just gorgeous.
And just
Yes. She's not talking about the lady on the can.
it's not mutually exclusive.
It reminds me of kind of what Elysian does.
Yeah,
Because they have an
Yeah.
artist on staff as well. And every time they come out with something, that's the guy that is designing the package.
And what's our name again? What's her name?
Jana.
Jana. And
Jana.
she's been with us for a while because she did the original.
Since the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
And this was the first one I saw that I'm like, I didn't even try it, but I wanted to buy it because I loved how it looked. I was
Right.
like, those dragons look
I think I
awesome.
still have my can sitting on my shelf because of how cool it is.
I want to put that on the back of like a track jacket and be the villain in a kung fu movie.
Right.
You know, like, yeah.
Now we're on seltzer.
we're on
So
the
we're under
seltzer,
our
seltzer.
sister company.
So now we're
the
17
t-shirt
oh.
you're wearing.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh,
And
right
it
there.
took me a while to figure out that that's a 7.
That is a 7?
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
7.
I see it. Okay.
You're
With
pretty.
a little drip on it.
Yeah, 7 with a peak.
Yeah.
Peak,
It makes
7
a
peaks.
lot of sense. Yeah.
So tell us a little about 7 Peaks.
7 Peaks, part of the reason why there is a water drop above the 7 on the symbol is because it is also saying where we get the water from that sourced it. So it's source water with mountains, as you mentioned, this is coming orange. And so if the mountains you see on the cans are what's helping us make these seltzers. And again, these seltzers are a little bit more of a light cider than Truly or a White Claw, so you're not going to have that seltzery flavor, which I think I greatly prefer and helps you mix them with other
I
things.
was gonna
What is-
say
yeah.
that's what I'm looking for, and personally for a seltzer is not the White Claw side.
Well, and we also don't use the chemical stripper to bleach out our seltzers as other companies do. So
why it's-
when you're the
actually
first one,
colored.
right? It's the raspberry Cosmo. It looks like raspberries.
Yeah.
It does actually. Very
So
nice.
we don't strip out that color.
Tropical looks tropical to me with the yellow and
Right.
the mango-ish, and then mandarin.
Ooh, dude. So this is the Raspberry Cosmo.
Yes.
And it smells just like the name Raspberry
Yeah.
Cosmo.
And it's got a elderflower in there.
Yep. And I gotta hand it to our chemists
Sniff that.
because that was one that when we first made it, the first batch was good, but it wasn't my favorite of the 3. Since then, Eric's really honed down on that one's flavor, and it's become my favorite of the original.
I would
3.
100% agree with you.
Yeah.
100%. We nailed down the recipes on this.
Took a little bit, but now it's there. And
This
it's
one
good.
has an amazing smell. Like
It
you can
does.
get that raspberry in there.
Now, what I love about Seven Peaks too is that they're great things to drink if you maybe are mowing the lawn, because you're gonna drink them, but you're not gonna get too drunk that if your lawnmower stops, you're gonna shove your hand down in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like you're gonna be like coherent in it.
I'm gonna take a break.
Gonna fix it.
Or it's a good one too. Like maybe you need a little hair of the dog, a little sea monster the next morning in the shower.
Speaking of sea monster, it could be the big one for the float, because when you're floating, you don't want to.
Yeah.
This is coming at
You want to be able to be
4.7%.
like, that's where I need to get off
Yes.
and not just keep going.
You want to recognize all the rest.
And all of our seltzers are less than 100 calories.
Nice. That's a good thing to know.
Less than 100 calories. And the flavor is very, it's almost, it tastes a lot like a cider.
These are based on 16
Like this is very sweet. It's got a cidery, more cider flavor. Is this true, you guys? These are based off ciders, right?
So it's the same base.
Apple wine base.
Apple wine based. So they're apple wine based ciders or seltzers.
And,
Wow.
and this one is, since we use the raspberry to help color the dragon fruit, that's one of the reasons why those two mix really well together.
You definitely get that hint of raspberry. Even like that's the thing about seltzers that I like is when they actually have that little bit of flavor to them. Like I hate it when you get a watermelon one or a raspberry one, and then you're like, they took half of an eye drop. And they're like, okay, that's your flavor.
The one dissolved Skittles.
Well, what's the joke that they did on SNL where it was like, oh, it passed by a truck that had strawberries?
Yeah, it's transported next to bananas.
Yeah.
You get that whiff and then it's gone.
Yeah. All right. The next one is
Tropical Smash.
And this
So
one,
this
this is my wife's favorite. We have a kegerator at home, and that one's almost always on tap at my place. It's
So, using pineapples again, but we're also using a fruit called cherimoya. And if you don't know what cherimoya
we had to look it up. Or I
it
did,
is,
yeah.
it's called a custard apple. So it almost looks like a dragon fruit from the outside,
yeah,
but green.
scaled.
And then you open it up, and it's like almost like
almost like
liquidy, custardy inside.
Wow.
it looks like someone like really went wild with some sort of crossbred artichoke. Like you peel the things back, and then there's just a whole bunch of stuff in there instead of like a little bit.
It definitely smells different.
Yeah,
And
but that
it's-
cherimoya, it doesn't have a super
Should be
strong
mainly cherimoya and
flavor.
pineapple.
No, it's and it was what the fruit that Mark Twain called the fruit of the gods or something.
Yeah, there was some sort of odd
Mark
story
Twain
behind it.
thing.
Yeah, Mark Twain. Yeah, safe passage. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's see what the flavors going on here, because it does smell a little different for sure.
I've never tasted cherimoya before.
Yeah. Well, then you'll get the pineapple in the second half, and you'll be reversed.
Yeah. Well, I got like
Yeah.
that little bit of
Yeah.
hint of pineapple, but since I'm like focusing, I guess my brain's focusing on what the hell is cherimoya.
Well, and you also had the pineapple beforehand.
Yeah.
Because it might be more pineapple for it in the cider.
I do get a little
But,
pineapple in
There is a little bit now. So and that's another one that mixes well as far as like if you're trying to lower your calorie and lower your alcohol intake, you mix the pineapple mango with the tropical smash. Meet in the middle for both.
Once again, 4.7. It is the Tropical Smash from Seven Peaks.
And our
I like that.
Seven Peaks line, we were kind of going for more of like a mini cocktail in a can, right? So
I get that a lot. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we're,
get that.
Raspberry Cosmo,
Yep.
Tropical Smash. The next one you're gonna try it is Mandarin
Mandarin
Graham.
Graham.
So
Yeah.
In the Mandarin Greyhound, you definitely get some of that Mandarin
guys,
orange
sniff
kind
this.
of
There you go.
tangerine
Look at that.
flavor in it. It's one that it has pockets of popularity, kind of like the mojito. It's the places that like it or the places that order it, like Worthy Taps and Tacos downtown said that they just it flies off their
the
shelves. And so there's pockets of popularity for that one. I'd say that out of all of the seltzers, that's the one that tastes the most like a cocktail.
And I would say that one too also has
you're right.
the most variance because sometimes we can get pink grapefruits in and sometimes we can only get white grapefruit in.
Oh,
So
wow.
it depends. So
Oh.
sometimes it's gonna have a little variant, and anytime we have people that like comment on like, oh, this tastes different than it did, we like to remind people we use natural ingredients. Not
Yeah.
every strawberry is going to taste the same.
Right.
Not every grapefruit. Not every
apples.
apple.
No,
You know, we do our best, but you know, we don't send stuff off to labs. We just do everything by our palates.
Yeah, and if you know anything about gardening and
Right.
stuff, you can have the same strawberries growing on a plant.
Yeah.
This one, they'll be super ripe. This one's barely ripe at all.
Right, and
Yeah.
we aren't as big as some of those other guys, so we don't have like our own in-house testing to do things.
And we're not going to send the apples back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we're going to send them back to Washington so that, you know.
We're gonna make apple cider
Okay,
out
these
of
don't taste right.
apples.
Yeah.
You know, guys, I looked at these, just, we don't want
Yeah, these ones weren't round enough, so anyway.
What is
So
this,
yeah,
off the
that's-
ground?
That is definitely the number one thing I like to remind anybody that tries our stuff. Is like, hey guys, like we are using natural, no artificial. If we were using artificial ingredients, it would taste exactly the same every time you drink it, no matter where you were in the world.
Yeah.
And that's
We don't do that.
part of the micro macro thing, and that's and going to their original. That's probably why the original has some of the most variants. I would say is because it's the most natural. It has the least in it besides just what you need to make it. And but I like that because it does give you
It
a little
speaks to
character.
our core.
Our core.
Nice one.
All right, the Mandarin Greyhound.
I got a salesman at my company.
Wow.
He's like mid-50s. He's like,
Last one.
All right,
It's the last one, guys.
strawberry
You made
banana
it through what we like to
swirl.
call the Grand Slam.
The Grand Slam. I've heard a lot about this one. I've seen it on your guys' Instagram Live. I've been wanting to try it, and I've been waiting to come here to try this one. So,
It's become my favorite.
So
There it
now
is.
normally
First
when
you
you
can
hear banana, right? Everyone has a very, very strong sense of banana.
yes.
It's usually associated with banana runts
Yeah.
or banana
I was
laffy
gonna
taffy.
say this kind of gives me a banana run.
Okay.
smell.
Yeah.
So it's a really delicate balance, and I think this is the best seltzer we've ever made.
And it's one that like you can tell when it's being made at production because that banana smell overpowers almost all the other smells.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like we're putting a ton in there. Like it just has a very strong scent.
All right, here it is. Ooh, you can get a good, like, actual banana smell off of this.
Yeah, I was getting more than banana runs, but I think in my life I've probably eaten more banana runs than bananas.
But all right, here we go. Strawberry
I'm never gonna
banana
use
swirl.
And there's very few things that I've tried that I'm like,
Whoa.
Runs machine at the supermarket.
oh yeah.
We've all
Well, and then you got the big box of runs. You know, like not all of them are gonna be banana.
This is fire. This tastes just like a almost a banana split. That is so good.
Yeah, to me it's like a little,
Dude.
it's like a banana on top of a strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah.
Like it
It
is
is
really
so good.
I get that light banana right at the beginning for me, and that strawberry right
Strawberry and
underneath it.
banana aftertaste like meshes so good together. That is good.
And that's another one that's
That's exactly what I was
4.7.
thinking it was gonna be.
Yeah, it's another 4.7, and it's one that you can sip on while you're doing work at home. It's a good laundry drink. You know, if you got laundry.
Yeah.
Now this one, we have a blend called the Whip. So it's 75% strawberry banana topped with 25% watermelon.
Oh,
And it is like a dream. And then we did almost the same thing, but with a pineapple. You guys remember that? Have you guys ever been to Disneyland and had the Dole Whip thing? That's what it tastes like.
And my drink was, I was having it mixed half and half with the dragon fruit, which
that
I
would
was
be a fire as well. Wow.
And yeah, basically after you've been here long enough, you settle on some random blend that you really like. What's the guy comes in, he orders the Gemini Twist. He's the only one who orders that I don't even remember what it's like, apricot and something else. But yes,
It's apricot and apple stardust.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, Stardust because it's the constellation. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those were delicious. If we have finished all 14, 13.
13.
14?
13.
13. That's right. Let's go to 12.
All 13 of the ciders.
6 and 6 and the one.
Strawberry banana is probably going to be my number one, followed by the blackberry currant. That one was delicious. Those are my top twos.
Don't even ask me to rate stuff right now. I'm just gonna go with what I said at the beginning, the blackberry.
Yeah.
It's the one that really drew me into you guys. So that's still my top favorite. Now I'd have to say, man, as far as the second one, it might just be either the pineapple mango or the dragon fruit.
Pineapple mango is definitely one of our favorites as well. I have to go with that one as well. Probably number 3.
I love anything with like a good pineapple.
Yeah.
I'm down.
That's awesome.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Come over here to Bend, check out Avid Cider Company. Tim's got to clean up a mess, so we're gonna go ahead.
If I break something at work, I gotta clean it up.
That's true.
In my opinion, I just feel like I should be doing this.
Poor Tim. All right, thank you guys so much for having us here.
Thank you so much.
It's been an awesome time learning all about ciders.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's been awesome.
all right, we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for
Don't be
watching.
sweeping up all this crap. I
Make
got.
sure you're subscribed.
Yeah, if you whistle and we sing well enough, small woodland creatures will come in and help him. So
Oh, we gotta find those creatures.
Simone, yeah, we've got a couple of bartenders that can sing really well. Yeah, you can sing. You can sing. Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.
We try to have their beer and tap at some point.
You like Mazel tov!
Man.